Hey everyone, it's me, the Zapper Reviews now. This is my first video as the Zapper Reviews. And why not start off the change from FNAF specific videos with a FNAF specific video. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a FNAF themed review video today just because I can. And since it's not much of a change from my old content anyway. And so I'm going to be reviewing all of the Funko, the whole line of Funko, never mind, hold on, the whole line of Funko action figures, FNAF action figures, obviously. So I have all of them here, and we will be reviewing each one. I know I did review these two, the Bonnie and Freddy. I might have reviewed Foxy, I can't remember if I did. But we're going to be reviewing all of them today again because I can, and I just wanted to review the whole thing, and it would be weird to leave out two of them. And also, the old videos were probably kind of crappy anyway. So, let's start. So, obviously, first, the whole main guy, Freddy. So, he is decently well made, so the brown is on most of it is pretty good. It's pretty well painted for the most part. A little bit on the eyes. The eyes are a little messy painted, but it's mostly fine for the most part. And since these guys are actually pretty old, they have got a little bit of wear and tear with the paint anyway. Like you can see on the bow tie, it's a little chipped, and there might be some anywhere else, but yeah. Anyway, so this is him. He has pretty good articulation for the most part. Some of it is a little rough, like turning his hand around like this in this one specific spot. It's kind of hard. For some reason, I thought there was a crack there. It doesn't look like it, though. And so that one's pretty good. He also has, like, wrist turning. And same thing with this one. Actually, this arm is kind of loose, so it goes around a lot, so that's kind of weird. But it's fine once it goes up. It's stuck there for the most part. And his turning is it's better than this one. It's pretty decent. Same thing with the wrist. Same thing. His head can turn. It's pretty loose enough so you can turn it around a lot. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah, it can come off. You can take the head off. So that's cool if you wanted to do that for some reason. And next, there's some leg movement. So as you can see, it doesn't go up that far. So it'll break if you try to make it go up. So this is as far as it can really go up. So that's not, if you wanted to make some like up leg poses, I guess you can't really do that. So sorry about that. This one cannot turn because it has like a little back part, but this part can. And it's kind of slow, and it's pretty easily breakable, but it's fine for the most part. Same thing with this one, same stuff there, and yeah, for the most part, the articulation is decent, and for the most part, everything is the same on each side, except for like a few standouts. But yeah, this is pretty much him. For some reason, they didn't paint. Actually, oh wait, no, so. For some reason, I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to have this little ring on his hat that, like, would be white or something, like, which is weird because that is a thing that's on Toy Freddy, I'm pretty sure, but they haven't even made a Toy Freddy action figure, so it's kind of weird that they even did that. It's kind of more work to do that anyway. But yeah, for the most part, this guy's pretty good. He has that, like, dirty, like, obviously dirt effect all around, so he looks a bit, like, old and stuff throughout the years, but yeah, he's pretty good. So next, we'll just, if I can put him down, next is Bonnie, so I also looked at him. So this is his head is much harder to spin around. That's pretty okay. So his arms move up and down. This fell off. He has a wrist spin, which is kind of hard. His articulation is kind of varied because this is kind of loose, but a lot of it is also kind of stuck. Look, that just came off. So for some reason, the forearms are parts are easy to come off, but everything else is kind of like rough. Same thing with the legs, I guess. So that's the same as Freddy, and same with this, except this one's kind of like stuck a little when you turn it. This one is actually kind of the same thing, but yeah. So all the articulation is pretty much the same as Freddy, since it's also like I think it's even the same body as Freddy, like the exact same, except with a little tail in the back that they added. But yeah, the paint on this one is actually I think it's a little bit better than Freddy's. Yeah, so that's his. He's pretty much the same. The paint is good, better than Freddy's, I think. And there's not much to talk about for him. But yeah, it looks pretty game accurate, except, also I didn't mention, all of the figures except for the, or not except for, but like, Foxy already had it in the game. But all of these figures have top teeth, which in the game they never did, so that's kind of not accurate. But for the most part, all of them are pretty accurate. They even made his nose smaller than Freddy's, which is accurate. And so yeah, that's him. Next is Chica. So I'll move him over there, if I can stand him. She is actually much different, or very different. There's a lot about her that's very different. So first of all, obviously the head mold, which is obviously different on all of them except Golden Freddy. So hers is pretty unique. She obviously has the chicken look. I'm not going to talk much about the articulation. Hers is pretty much the same as most of theirs. So yeah, she has this head mold, which is, yeah, it seems pretty accurate, except the eyes look a little weird. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. It does kind of make it look like creepier, I guess. They kind of look just like different than these ones. They just look kind of crazier, to be honest. I think they're a little cross-eyed, not much though. They just kind of have that appearance. And now the one thing that's kind of weird is that all of them have these like shoulder things. Each of them have these weird and they're kind of a bumpy texture for some reason. But hers, for some reason, cracked. I'm pretty sure this even was like this out of the box. Or maybe just it did happen later, but this happened way earlier when I first got her, because I remember it being like that for a while. So yeah, that's kind of not good. I don't know if that was from me or from Funko or even the shipping, but yeah, that happened, so that's not really good. Another thing that's different about her is her hands are both flat instead of mostly everyone else having these curved, or I can see here curved hands. So hers are flat, and then everything else is pretty much the same except for this body, which has a bib on it with the "Let's Eat," which the paint on that is applied pretty well. There's not much different about that. The paint is good. There's not much paint everywhere, or I mean messy paint. The only where there's messy paint is kind of maybe on the teeth. The teeth are kind of badly painted, but I can kind of see why, because they're extremely small. And then there's also these legs, these bottom legs, which are very different than these ones, obviously. They're very flat. They have no texture on them. And for some reason, they also painted her toes silver, which I'm pretty sure she doesn't have in-game. I think they're more of a white, a yellowish white kind of look. So that's kind of strange, I guess. But that's pretty much it for her. She doesn't have much different. Then we have next. Okay, I'm just going to leave her like that. We have Golden Freddy next, who is... there's not much to say about him, because he's essentially just a repaint of normal Freddy. But the paint is applied on pretty well. For some reason, I didn't... actually, so this is on some of the other ones, though not as noticeable. But for some reason, you can kind of see that there's different colors of yellows on parts of him. Like the head yellow looks a little bit different than the body yellow. And same thing with the shoulder pads. They're very different. You can see right there. But yeah, there's not much different about him. They could have changed the eyes a little bit because you can see the eyelids, even though they're supposed to be like fully blacked out. But yeah, there's really not much different about him other than like the yellow paint. So that's him. Now the very different one. This is like, he's extremely unique. Foxy. He has a whole different body and just mold in general. He has no reused parts from any of the other ones. So first of all, his body is obviously like very teared apart, wear and tear from. That's just obvious on him. He has his eye patch, the teeth, which are actually accurate because he does have top teeth in the game. He has this really good robotic endoskeleton hand, which is molded actually really well. And he has the same endoskeleton legs, which are pretty good too. He has the hook, and there's not much about him. There's not much else. For mine did actually lose. So you can see on this side it has this little like tuft thing, and I did actually lose my like the left tuft of hair thing. So that kind of fell out, which is kind of bad. His legs are being so skinny, I think they're very loose and easy to fall over. It was actually kind of hard to sit him upright when I was trying to set them up for the video. But yeah, that's pretty much it for him. And yeah, not much else. Except we aren't done. Get these out of the way. We forgot the main man, or not the main man, but the collectible part, or the collect them all, I guess, gimmick. Springtrap. So if you bought all of them, you could get parts that collected all to make Springtrap. So Foxy came with a body and head, and the rest came with the arms, legs. I can't remember which order each of them went in, but yeah, he is actually very good. The mold is really good. Actually, all of it is extremely well done with all the tears, and the paint is applied pretty well. The thing is, they could have changed the eyes because for some reason Funko does this thing where they make Springtrap's eyes always yellow when he has like very distinct eyes in game. But yeah, he's very good. He has the broken ears and stuff. That's good. Which, actually, be careful on both Bonnies, Springtrap and normal Bonnie, because I had another one because I accidentally bought two Foxy somehow. And so I had like an extra Springtrap body, and the first one actually had its ear fall out. So that was, so they kind of fall out easily. Even this one's starting to like crack a little. I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to crack a little, so I can't really mess around with that much. But yeah, they could have made if there's little fingers that are endoskeleton-ish, that they could have painted silver, but that's not like that huge of a problem because it's barely noticeable. But yeah, his paint is very well done, and he's a very good figure. He's probably my favorite out of the whole thing. And so yeah, that's it about him. Except also, I didn't say this before, but on his body, the shoulder pads are like already there. They're connected to the body and not the hands like the other ones. So his arms can't really move up well, which is kind of annoying, especially if I wanted to like move or make like the hand move forward a little more, which is kind of crappy. So I can't really do that much posing with his arms. But yeah, there's not much bad about him except for those things. But yeah, his mold is really good, well done, the paint's good, and he's just a good figure in general. And so that's going to be it for the video. So, see you in the next review. Peace.